Well, hi guys. This is gonna be a new one for me, so you're gonna have to struggle for me. This is my TRX 4M Defender. I've probably posted some photos by now of my Bronco, but I've already modified that one and I never really documented it. And I thought, well, I have this, inspirational ideal about using RCs and getting back in touch with my religion side. And I don't know when it was, but it's been a while back that I just had this inspirational thought of how people are all unique and independent, but God creates us all. And then there's that, what is it? I don't remember where I remember hearing it, but I know I've heard it multiple times, that God knows us before we existed, and He knows what our life will be. He knows every lie we'll tell. He knows every truth we'll speak. He knows every good and bad decisions we make, but He lets us make them. And unless we go looking for help, I guess would be the word, He lets us just sit there and turn on the wheel like clay, as a potter, like a potter does with clay. And that's where this whole thing kind of started out with. I recall hearing some scripture about or how we're clay, and God shapes us to His will, but not that He makes us do it. We have to be willing. So this is kind of the journey of learning to do that, or just learning it in general. But just the bare bones ideal was that we're going to be who we are. We can be good as a person morally, because without morals there is no good or bad, and religion kind of gives us that moral. So it's like, for all the things we do in our life, we can be good people, but without going to God to ask for forgiveness and direction, just being good wouldn't be good enough, and we wouldn't reach our full potential that we possibly could spiritually. So we kind of got to go to God and ask for Him to change us, or make us better, or fill in our cracks where we are spiritually. Therefore, I see the metaphor that He's shaping us like clay. And then I was like, well, that's kind of what we do with RC cars, isn't it? We get an RC car, we drive it around, we mess with it. It's kind of good out of the box at doing what it's supposed to. It's supposed to drive around. We're supposed to be able to control it with the radio. It's supposed to be able to do the basics. All right, forward, back, left, right turns. Depending on what kind of RC it is drive over rocks, go fast, whatnot. Well, that's when my, epiphany was that crawlers are a really good example of people and their spirituality. You start out bare bones. You can still be good. You can be good at doing something. You're not going to be great. And then as we go looking for God, we slowly change ourselves. We slowly become something better. Kind of like when you're building a crawler. You got to tinker with it. You got to change this. You got to change that. Well, just like in life, we're going to strive to be good people morally. We're going to strive to do things that aren't objectively bad. And then we might go to a church every once in a while. We might hear scripture that kind of gives us that little nudge. And I'm using the Defender here as a perfect example of those situations. Most people that are already into crawlers, what's the first thing you do? you change the wheels, because the wheels that usually come on these trucks are plastic and they don't really have much pizzazz in their appearance, so we change them to look pretty. So we get a set of nice bead locks like I have here. These are a 1.0 Trial. I forget the specifics. I might remember to add it to the description. And then it's just some, I think those are just some generic Amazon off-brand crawler tires, but they're not really crawlers. If you look at them, they look more like just smooth road tires, but they fit, they worked. Traxxas, of course, you can't really reuse their tires at that scale without modifying them a little, but I'm wandering here. So it's a good thing. Like, you're living your life to be a good person. It's kind of helpful. It kind of gets you on that roll. Does it make you crawl better? Does being good make you... How do I want to say this? It makes you a good person, I guess, spiritually, but you're not saved yet. So therefore, you still live a life of sin. You still lie. You still think things that aren't exactly the most Christian, but we're human, so that happens. So you gotta go about your day, and then every once in a while, or on occasion, or if you're a Sunday Christian goer, you ask for forgiveness. And I know this voiceover is going to be completely off the wall of what's going on in the video, but I wanted you to give you something to watch while I talked that kind of showed that, okay, we're going to talk. If I remember to make videos, driving a truck, you kind of get burnt out during the day, and then it's hard to do all this. And then you're going to do what you do. And you can see here, this part, I changed the wheels to a heavier brass and a more aggressive tread. These were the tires that were on the Bronco that I have, that's a TRX 4M. So they do a lot better overall, but I still, wheels and tires aren't going to do it. Being a good person isn't going to do it. Being charitable isn't going to do it. Not cursing isn't going to be doing it. Not lusting after things or being gluttonous are going to do it. No, you got to go to God. Well, in crawlers, you got to start working with suspension. You got to start working with the weight. You got to start working with your electronics, stuff like that. I'm going to leave these as stock as possible, because I let my nieces and nephews play with these because they're small and they keep their attention, and I don't got to worry about them killing somebody, but I also really don't got to worry about them destroying these unless they like stomp on them or step on them. But even then, it's easy to fix, and then you're back to tinkering. It's what you do. Now, I've recorded this. It's probably been horrible. I'm going to do the best I can to edit it here or there. I just wanted to make sure I got some of my voice in on this, talking about kind of my inspiration for this channel. I'm probably going to do a couple posts to go along with this one, kind of explaining the origins of this, and I know they're probably not going to be on everyone's line of how they feel about things, so there's that little notice, but it's kind of be what inspired me to go back to doing this. So this is the beginning of the journey for this channel, I guess. And since we're still looking here at the video, this is a spot that I travel. This is a spot that I see a lot when I travel for work. So I'm here a lot. So I'll be able to come back to this spot and use it over and over with some ease. And I just figured I'd bring that up. I might do another version of this video where I just do a commentary for it, but again, this is a first try at this, and if you've watched it this far and you've kind of listened to me ramble along, give me your thoughts, give me some suggestions. I know I don't have much of this channel, there's probably not going to be a lot of people that see it, but I'd like this to continue to grow. I'm not seeing this turn into a big channel that gets monetized or anything, but at least maybe this will help me with my journey, and then it might help somebody else with theirs. So I'll let y'all go, and worst case scenario, you can mute this and enjoy the footage of my horrible driving. Bye.
What are you doing, my friend? Huh? What are you doing, my friend?